This week is Parshas Balak, and in it, Bilam, the most important prophet from among the nations, blesses the children of Israel. He gives three blessings and one prophecy, and the third blessing begins Matovu Ohalecha Yaakov Mishkanosecha Yisrael. How goodly are your tents, O Jacob, your dwelling places of Israel. It's the phrase that a person says upon entering synagogue, and it's emphasized in the Torah in that the Amud, the column in the Torah, starts with that phrase. Okay, what it is, it's a blessing. It's multifaceted. In the case of Ohalecha, often translated as tents, but it refers to a temporary dwelling, and the idea is of studying the base midrash, the study halls of the Jewish people. The idea is of an itinerant preacher, and the tent, literally, that would be pitched so he could give a lecture to the general public. Mishkan, it's the language of dwelling. We use the word in Hebrew, Beit Knesset, literally house of assembly, which is the same word as synagogue, which is also house of assembly, I believe taken from the Greek. But the intent of a synagogue is a prayer. This is where you make your requests to God and also show your devotions to God and express repentance. Essentially, what Bilam is praising is that the knowledge in the quest for knowledge by the children of Israel, their knowledge of God, that is, knowledge of what is right and wrong, as well as their prayers, which are on behalf of humanity, their requests for benevolence to all people. Okay. It's found in Bamidbar Kav Dalet. It continues, Kenahalim nityu beganos al nahar, like springs that are flowing, and like gardens, or more precisely parks, that are on a river. The idea of a flowing stream. The Torah is compared to water, so to speak, giving refreshment to those people who are thirsty. The idea is that it's pure and it's flowing. It goes to very different, all parts of the world. And the idea of a garden is something that is pleasant, it's serene. It also has the idea of multiplicity, different types of plants, different types of trees. The idea of the pleasantness of Torah, the idea of the different ideas and different things that how these ideas take physical form. That the Torah, so to speak, waters different types of seeds, but they're, instead of being plants, they're ideas, and they're good ideas, ideas of benevolence, ideas of the elevation of the state of man. It says that it's ka'alim natah Hashem, like A halim is it's a shrub. Again, it's a fragrant shrub, and this is in line with the idea of modesty. You're talking about things that are on the smallish side. A stream is small. It will go into greatness later, but the idea of fragrance is something that restores a person's yishuv das. It calms a person down. If a person is all types of angry and upset, and then they smell a rose, they get into a good mood. The idea of a pleasant mood, as well as an environment, as well as ideas and benevolence that comes to a person that they scarcely recognize. That if you're in an area where there are fragrant plants, you'll smell them for a while, but then you forget about them. But nevertheless, they have a good influence on the person. The pasuk concludes, "Ka'arezi alemayim," like cedars that are upon water. Again, a cedar is a big tree, a majestic tree, and this is referring to the giants and the grandeur of Torah, and how Torah elevates a person and makes him great. The next pasuk, Zion, Yizlu mayim bidalav uzaroba mayim rabim. He will sprinkle water from his bucket, and he will sow with great waters. This is the idea of a water drawer or a water bearer, someone who goes to the well and then he gives water to other people, or an irrigation ditch that waters a field. The idea is that the Jewish people are supposed to be the ones who are the water drawers from the wellstream of what is good and bad, in the wellspring of what is knowledge of God, and that they are supposed to bring these ideas to other people. In the first case, it's talking about a few individuals, okay? That they're the people who have a close relationship, and you have an influence on them. Then what it's talking about is how these ideas spread out, so to speak, that once a number of people have these ideas, then other people see them and see how much good these ideas do for them, and they accept and they adopt these ideas by themselves. That's the idea of mayim rabim, seeding with mayim rabim. It becomes a general idea. It continues. Kiel motzeo b'mitzrayim b'tofot re'im lo. It says that the God who took them out of Egypt, they are like the horns of a wild bull. Okay, now a wild bull, it has very long horns. It's maybe 3 feet long. They're also very beautiful. So you're talking about beauty, but it's these horns. Obviously, if they gore someone, it would be very painful and fatal. The idea is that the Jewish people are the expression of the piercing intelligence of religion, and within that is you have recognized the miracles that happened in Egypt. Okay. It says Yochal Goim Sarav Ba'atzmosav Yerim V'Kitzav Yimchatz. This is a war theme that they consume enemy nations, Sarav, troublemakers. Their bones they crush, and their arrows they smash. It's the idea of an intelligence that totally destroys and overwhelms an enemy, especially people who are harassing others. It says, Kara shochav ka'aryeh uklavi miyakamenu. It says, he crouches and lies like a lion or a lioness. Who will arouse him? So this is the idea of, again, power, but it's the idea of power that is intimidating. You see this big ox or this big, strong lion, and you just leave him alone. You don't bother him because you can see that he's very strong, and if he attacks, it would be very dangerous. Okay. Then it concludes, Mivorechacha Baruch, that those who bless you are blessed, Va'orarecha Arur, and those that curse you are cursed. What this means is also a moral type dominance. That it's not only are the Jewish people will be or are very physically powerful, but and intellectually intimidating, they are morally intimidating as well. You're dealing with people who are very righteous. It's the type of person who always makes the right decisions, and on top of that is very benevolent. And by blessing them, you're attaching themselves to them, and as a result, you get a share in their blessings as well. And if one does the opposite, then the opposite happens as well. The introduction to this blessing, though, it says that he's shasum ha'ayin, that his eye is opened. And what this means is that it's very focused perception, really looking at something very closely. Your eyes are really open at it, and it's the expression repeats itself when Bilam gives the prophecy of the Mashiach, where he says that a star will stride forth out of Yaakov, and that a scepter will come from Yisrael. Okay. But he continues with that, the prediction of a star and a scepter, saying that I see him, but not near. I perceive him, but not now. And what you see in the idea of shasum ha'ayin is that the blessing on that Bilam is giving is not going to be realized for a very long time, and that it's going to involve a certain number of travails as well until it will be realized in the Messianic era.